Sorry, that was a misprint, which has confused me. It's like, did we miss pages? Okay, so we did length last test. This test we're doing area, and guess what we're going to do next one? We had 1 dimension. Now we're doing 2 dimensions. Then 3 dimensions is volume. Yeah. So we'll get to volume, but not this time. Okay, so there's a couple things. Some of these things that you should know, and some of these things that you might need to be reminded of. And then, so area is not too big a deal, but population density might be a new thing. Is how many people per square mile, usually. So I have a buddy that lives in New Jersey, and which is the most populous state. Its population density is the most. And I said, and his concerns of life were pollution and climate change and all this kind of stuff and clean air, that type of thing. And so I said, well, in Texas, I can tell you where I live, we don't worry about any of that stuff. It's not even in our minds. So population density is kind of interesting. There are places in the world that are super, super dense. Like, I think Tokyo's might be one of the most populous, highest population densities. Anyway, okay, a couple things that you should know. 1 square foot is 144 square inches. That's, remember, because that's 12 by 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. A square yard is 3 feet by 3 feet, which gives me 9 square feet. An acre, so this number right there is kind of an important number in real estate. How many square feet are in an acre? So that's kind of a fun one. You can easily memorize that one. Just think of it as 4 old ladies driving down I-35, which is down the middle of Texas. Well, half of them aren't here today.
There's only one of them.
What, are they going to arrest me? No. You're 95. All right. So it's 4 old ladies going down I-35 at 60 miles per hour. That's how people memorize that. We don't have to memorize it at all. But we'll get that. 4 old ladies down. You can picture it. 4 old ladies in a convertible driving down I-35, 60 miles per hour. Everybody's zoom, zoom, last minute, flipping them off, going too slow. Okay, and then 640 acres is 1 square mile. That's I actually know, because in West Texas, the cotton fields, the roads out in the cotton fields are 1 mile apart from each other. They call that a section, and 640 acres. So how much do you farm? Oh, about 3 sections. Well, that's 1,800 acres. 1,920 acres. Anyway, so here we go. These are old numbers because the population of California is not that right now. It's not that much. I mean, it's probably higher than that. Okay, and there's how many square miles. That probably has not changed. So this is just a simple population density would be 39,144,818 divided by 163,695, which gives us some number. We don't know what that number is. 39,144,818 divided by 163,695. I could tell you this, because this number is not going to make any sense to us. You might want to double check, especially on tests, that you actually type the right numbers into your calculator. So that's 239, rather than there's 10.1, 239.1 people per square mile. You can have an average though. So this is 239.1. I don't know why I said that. Probably because your per square mile. I can tell you Texas is a lot less than that. What about Illinois? Illinois has Chicago. Is that the 4th largest city? New York, LA, might be the 3rd largest city. Chicago's number 3. In Illinois, let's check theirs. So 12,869,257 divided by 57914. So theirs is 222.2 people per square mile. So it's a little bit less. Now, Illinois basically is a bunch of cornfields. That's it. And Chicago. That's it. It's really boring. I drove through it and it's like, man, there's nothing in Illinois. We should change that to Texas. Okay, moving on. Here are some, if you guys go to from the imperial or English to the metric, England's actually getting away from the metric system a little bit, which is weird. So they're rebelling and want to go back to what we do. They kind of already have. So here's a couple conversions that you will have to have, and here's what we got: 884 million acres of national parks. I don't know if you've ever been to a national park, but they're pretty, they're nice, they're taken care of. You can't just go there and cut down trees and stuff without permission. Anyway, they also have lots of forest fires. Okay, but anyway, national parks. How large is this in square miles? So I have 84 million acres, and I do want to do that. What would they call this? Whatever they call it, I can't remember. It's not up here, is it? Acres to square. Oh, it's on the previous page, wasn't it? So 1 square mile was 640 acres. And when I did this, my acres cancel each other out. And so all I have to do is report. You already got it done? You don't have a calculator out. Check, check, check. It's going to be frustrating when you do your homework. Square miles. 131,000 square miles of national parks. And some people say that's too much, and some people say it's too little, and we like to fight about it in America. Okay, so it looks like the next one's volume, right?
Yeah.
So that's not this one.
We're done.
So we're actually done. However, that wasn't much. Let's see if there's anything else I need to. I mean, you have that ratio. You could do this, right? This part right here. Doing this, I think everybody got that right on the test. This is the easiest part of the whole course. There's the only other thing that you probably have never seen. Hectare. It's a 0.4 of an acre. It's just as some people measured in hectares. Probably metric. That's my guess. Okay, so that's the only weird one. Square meter to square foot. There it is. Square meter to square yard. Square kilometers to square mile. So those are the only things that in this. That's definitely not memorized. You don't have to memorize that. But let's review for just a second. Ready? This is what people messed up. Not saying that the person in the room today messed this up.
I did not.
Did you not? Okay, we're going to go over the test, but I was going to wait. I need Nicole to take the test. Okay, meter. What's here, here, and here? What's here, here, and here? Without any notes.
I didn't mess this up.
You did mess this up.
Yeah.
Yes, you did. Okay, so this is one of the things that you have to memorize.
Yeah, I did not.
You did not memorize, and then you're in trouble. Because you remember that the biggest one is what?
The biggest one is the kilometer.
Kilometer.
See, I did this backwards. I put centimeter first. I went from smallest to biggest.
Okay, centimeter is not the smallest one.
Millimeter.
Millimeter. And then centimeter.
Centimeters.
Okay, then what goes here?
Remember,
Remember, they all, on this side, they all have eyes.
eyes on this side.
So this is decimeter.
Decimeter.
And if you forget, look through the test. There's a good chance we used it somewhere. Okay? And then what goes here? The other one with the D goes right here.
Decameter.
Decameter. I don't know if I spelled that right.
And then
All I know is that that's dam, and that's how I remember it. And this is
hectometer.
DM, this is CM, this is MM, this is M, and then this is the hectometer, which is HM, and then kilometer. Okay, so that's something just to review. Make sure you know it. You got to know it for every single test. All 4 tests that are remaining.
All four.
And also, I have put due dates on things. I think I told you all that. No, I didn't. Due dates, and we'll open up a new stuff. Okay. Next, I wonder. That's good. That's good enough for today.